Hey guys, so today I'm gonna talk a lot about updated Epstein files news regarding our course Trump. So first thing first, on July 26, 2025, very stupid Trump tried to force against Beyonce, Oprah, and Kamala should be prosecuted. So if you guys don't know, Trump has been on rant claiming, claiming that he's gonna prosecute certain people like Beyonce, Oprah, Kamala, Obama, Biden as per usual, and then on and on. So he's gonna have to. I think the other one was also Rosie O'Donnell. Like it was a bunch of people he's being claimed he's gonna go after. We know that he's trying really hard to distract people from the Epstein files, news, and updates. To the point that if anyone talks about it, they may get canceled or things like that. But we know he's not gonna be able to completely escape from this. I just find it fun that he's going after celebrities upon celebrities, people who have the money to fight back. Like a lot of these people are billionaires, like Oprah, Beyonce, for sure are billionaires at this point. Next is gonna go after whom? I like who's gonna go after next? Maybe I could see maybe Jack Black, who's being paid against him. Kyle Gass, Tenacious D in general. But it's just kind of a waste of time. Green Day, we can keep going with I think the other one was also Bruce Springsteen. Like the guy's being really pissing off other people. He's trying to go after people who have the power and influence to be able to actually fight back. I think it'd be a waste of his time. But the only people paying for his losses would be basically us American citizens. So we don't get screwed by it, unfortunately. So President Donald Trump called for several prominent Democrats to be prosecuted. He also said that he wants to prosecute as many Democrats as possible. That's why he mentioned Kamala Harris. But he also wants to go after big celebrities too, like Oprah, Beyonce. Is going after a list of people. It's so many people. He's just getting annoyed, and his reasoning is just really dumb. He thinks that because Beyonce, Oprah, etc. endorse Kamala Harris, then he should go after them. Doesn't make sense considering that he was also endorsed by Musk, who donated at least $100 million to help him win. Then Joe Rogan also endorsed him. Doesn't make sense. Don't take what he says seriously. It's just a distraction. That's why I'm going to keep talking about Epstein files, probably on a weekly basis and for a while. Now the article about Epstein files went to the island 28 times. That's what Trump said. Trump tries to drag Bill Clinton into his scandal, but Bill Clinton, who was Democrat president at one point, obviously wasn't impacting him, and he basically flipped the narrative by telling Trump, "Okay, I want go ahead, just release all Epstein files." Bill Clinton doesn't give a shit because the person who's going to be impacted the most by this whole Epstein files and client list scandal is going to be Trump. That's why he's not being transparent, even though Trump claimed that he will be transparent and that his administration is going to be the most transparent administration in American history. He's doing the exact opposite and doing everything he can to be so guilty for some reason. But anyway, this is from July 27, 2025, from Atlanta Brackstar website. It's pointless. He's doing exactly what he shouldn't be doing. He's been fleeing to his golf course so he can play golf, going to other countries like Scotland, and just trying to avoid the whole Epstein file situation. It's obviously impacting him. Trump is someone who doesn't like anything that makes him look bad. Even may not impact him directly in terms of causing him to lose his power just yet, if at all. Trump doesn't like that people are making fun of him. He doesn't like that people question his decisions more. He may feel like that could happen outside of outside of his own supporters. That could also happen in the military. ICE, he doesn't know that, right? He doesn't know how many of those people might feel about him. He might feel like he's losing control a bit. Trump supporters didn't support him. So if he loses a position, it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of have the same control of the crowd that Trump has. JD Vance definitely does not have the so-called charisma that Trump supporters think that Donald Trump has. But JD Vance is smarter. They're both evil, and JD Vance has said some dumb things, but JD Vance does things on purpose. He's not a complete moron. He's not Musk in terms of superiority or Trump in terms of being a dumbass and not knowing how to keep his mouth shut. People like him, Stephen Miller, Mike Johnson, these people are a lot smarter than Trump. And they're all just as evil as Trump. They're just smarter doing their thing. Trump is a great figurehead for them. They can use him to kind of put everything down on him, and they can just keep doing the efforts of making sure that Project 2025 comes uh, in complete conclusion. That's the whole goal of it. Even though it's mainly been done through executive orders, some of it has been done through the U.S. Supreme Court, sculptors. So it has been happening. But just want to talk about these things so people are aware of what's going on. All right, so next website. This is from July 26, 2025. Dems, which is short for Democrats, now have a plan to obtain Epstein's birthday book, supposedly. This is just more pictures of Donald Trump for Epstein. We know this has been going on for a very long time. In a renewed push for transparency, House Democrats uh, Ro Khanna and Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, have formally requested a complete and unredacted. Unredacted just means nothing censored, nothing removed, so no names removed, everything shown uncensored. But people may not know what that means. Copy of a leather-bound birthday book allegedly compiled for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003. So they've been trying to get more and more evidence. Republicans will only be okay to get evidence that might have names of Democrats, which again doesn't matter if Democrat support. Democrat supporters would still want powerful Democrats to be punished. So it's just the Trump supporters or the extreme Republicans who, no matter what, will support the elected officials, even though the elected officials are creeps and been raping children for a long time. It's a problem. It's not that Trump supporters should look in the mirror and be thinking, "Why I'm supporting this guy." He's been found guilty of 34 felonies. He's a known rapist. He's a known child groomer. Why support this dude? It doesn't make sense except that they're racist. That could be a part of the reason. That's why they support Republicans in general, because Republican Party is a racist party. Maybe because they themselves might be pedophiles for all we know, so of course they're going to support not a pedophile. And it could also be because they truly want to see all the immigrants be deported, even though a lot of them come from immigrant background. Maybe not recently, but a lot of them are not just being here for thousands of years. Let's be real. Unless you're indigenous American, you only have been here for a short period of time. You might, oh, I've been here since my friend's been here since the 1800s. So you're not here as someone who is truly indigenous to the land. So we can cut that BS out. So suppose this one step closer to the Epstein files disclosure. I don't think so. I'm gonna just scroll down because a lot of this article is just kind of blabbling on and on, but there's no direct evidence anything's gonna happen. And if they release anything, it's gonna be stuff we already know that's already been released or redacted. So just keep that in mind. This from breaking news from 4 days ago, July 26, 2025. The First Lady has largely avoided the hot topic, but Trump biographer Michael Wolff suggests that she's acting behind the scenes for sure. She's definitely been involved in the Epstein scandal. I mean, how could you not? Her husband, Donald Trump, has been best friends with Epstein for decades. So, yeah, she obviously knows Trump really well. She knows what he's been doing. And she also has a lot to lose, potentially. Not as much as Trump, arguably speaking, unless she did something more as direct as him. But even if she did nothing, just because she's the wife of him, it could backfire on her and her children, which I'm sure that's what she cares more about, not Trump direct. It's not Trump that she deeply cares for. She's probably disgusted by him anyway, but she does care about her own reputation and probably her children's too. So next article from Daily Beast. Obama officials files bombshell demand for Epstein files and secret Trump messages. This from July 28, 2025. So I'm telling you guys, tons of people being pressuring Trump and his entire administration to publish the unredacted version of the Epstein files, especially the so-called client list. That at first Trump was claiming this is all real, and now he's claiming that if the client list exists, it was fabricated by Democrats. So I don't know anymore. He says one thing, then he changes his mind. So it's hard to know. And he promised in his campaign of 2024 that he would release the Epstein files and go after anyone on the list. Why did Trump himself even use that? I'm not sure. I talked about in previous video that maybe he thought that would be a way to attract more people to vote for him. Probably worked, but it could be new stress for him now because people were expecting him to release the files. Supposedly, Ben Bundy had it, right? So we had these people in the DOJ that had it on the desk, and they're not doing it. Probably because they saw Trump's name on. They're like, shit, no, we can't release it now. They were hoping only to see Democrats, probably Obama and Biden. as they so much talk about them nonstop. Like Trump either talks about Biden 24/7 or Obama 24/7. It's like sometimes you mention Hillary Clinton. It's like just move on, man. Like like Obama has not been president for since 2016. Like just move on. Stop talking about him. Biden was only the president for one term. Like move on. You won it. Why you still talk about that? Of course, it's a distraction. His idea is to kind of tie people out and just forget about the Epstein files and the kind list that he claimed existed. And now he's claimed that if anything has his name on it, it's fabricated by Democrats. And somehow Obama is involved in that, and Kamala Harris too, and Biden, and probably Hillary Clinton, and somehow Oprah and Beyonce and everyone else that supported Kamala Harris and Biden Obama at one point are all in it. It makes me laugh because it's so ridiculously dumb way to make it so obvious that you commit a scandal. He could have just kept quiet, keep a straight face, and say nothing, plead the fifth. But Trump just cannot just shut his mouth. I'm sure the DOJ and his personal attorneys told him to keep his mouth shut, but they cannot control Trump. Unless they put handcuffs on him 24/7, they cannot, because that guy will either talk and say shit he shouldn't say, or he's gonna go and in Truth Social, Twitter, whatever, and post shit that he shouldn't. It's too much. It's just constant him just never keep his mouth shut, which is fine for me. It's just more drama and him just saying dumb shit and getting himself making himself look more suspicious. But that's Trump. Okay, so next thing is from the New Republic website. Transcript: Trump accidentally wrecks his own Epstein scan in odd rant, which he always does. Could be because of dementia. Musk himself said that Trump is in the list, in the Epstein client list. But we don't know if Musk actually knows. They could just be making shit up. But who knows? As Trump news spin on the Jeffrey Epstein fiasco goes airy, and Elon Musk hits Trump on a key point of weakness, Jennifer Rubin of the Contrarian explains why this mess is unsustainable for Trump and the GOP. Yeah, it just keeps getting bad, and not only bad, it keeps getting worse every single time. I'm gonna scroll down a bit. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Everything I've discussed today, you guys can read in the description in more details. So I'm not going to talk about all day long. This article is from July 29, 2025. It's all really recent. There's still more stuff coming out. I can only do so much. I don't have all day to do it. I would love to, but I do not. Um, but yeah, so let's just keep in mind that Trump had deep connection with Epstein. Trump has direct evidence of being a felon. He already been convicted, just of 0 years in prison. Somehow felons are still legally allowed to run for presidency. But yeah, I agree with someone that claims to be tough on crime to also be the exact person that he's claiming he's not. Doesn't make sense. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you think Trump is guilty of pedophilia, if you think he definitely is in this so-called Epstein kind list, if it exists at all, and if you think he's very suspicious for behaving the way he's behaving, the way he's acting now, that if his name is on anywhere in the Epstein files, at least regarding the kind list or anything that could connect him to pedophilia, to a pedophile ring, and it's all fabricated by Democrats and other people. Let me know if you agree with him on that or disagree. We can have a discussion. And if you like the video, like and subscribe. Watch this on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, and you can support us on Patreon. All right, guys, have a safe day.